Can you find a place like that?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
It's an island.
Mhm.
It has a huge waterfall.
Mhm.
It's nothing like vegetation. And there is a little place, a little view right next to the waterfall.
Mhm.
Um, you can see there. There's a huge tree there. And I like to sit in there under that tree and look at the ocean. There is an ocean.
You could see the ocean from there?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's so tall.
Can you hear the sounds?
Yes. You can hear the water. You can hear the birds. You can feel the breeze.
Mhm.
Because it's so tall, this place. I almost can feel the cold breeze of the clouds. And then when the wind blows, pick up some of the water of the waterfall. So it comes and kind of wet my face, my arm.
Wow, how does it feel to be in a place like that?
Free.
Do you recognize this place?
Yes. It's, I understand that's like heaven, or it's like a celestial. It's very, it's like almost divine.
Or the very first impression that you have as you come back down to the surface?
I was kind of took me to space,
Mm-hmm.
and so this huge mothership.
Can you describe the mothership?
It's this horizon.
Mm-hmm.
This mothership is full of celestial beings.
Mm-hmm. Where are you standing at this time?
Well, you ask because it's like I'm looking up from the distance.
Mm-hmm.
It was standing on the clouds somehow.
You okay.
And then I'm looking at a planet
Mm-hmm.
right next to this.
So the horizon is in orbit of a planet?
The horizon is an orbit of the planet, and I understand the planet is recent.
Your planet is recent. Okay. And as you're floating in space, is that right?
Yeah, but I see some debris
Mm.
of
You see some debris around you?
no around the ship.
Around the ship.
I see like an asteroid debris
Mm.
around it. And it seems like there's another ship there.
Yeah.
Seems like it's something that happened in there. Right?
Yeah. Are
I
you?
see another ship.
Uh-huh.
I see a lot of debris of the ship floating, which does suggest war.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, galactic war.
Mm-hmm. And as you look around you, are you inside something or are you just floating in
I
space?
just wanted in space.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot to tell you when I was in the cloud,
Mm-hmm.
I have wings myself.
Mm-hmm.
Fly.
Mm-hmm. So you made yourself fly away in space with the cloud?
No, the cloud is the one that took me everywhere.
Oh,
I haven't fly myself anywhere. Um,
so what did you see in the cloud? Where did you go before you reached that destination?
on the cloud, I look up and I saw the Creator.
Mm-hmm.
God. Somehow, I feel like I was in the Creator's land, where that beautiful waterfall was,
Mm-hmm.
and the oceans. So somehow, like I said, that was like heaven. That was like the celestial lands. Uh, then I went through portal on the cloud,
Mm-hmm.
and this portal took me to right outside of Sirius B in the orbit.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm looking at the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
The horizon is trying to, what I'm getting is a peak of a stress signal.
Mm-hmm. So the horizon, can you backtrack a little bit in time and just get there before whatever happened happened? So we're just in 1, 2, 3, we're just gonna go back to before the event happened. 1, 2, 3. You now see what is happening.
What is happening is a dark ship
Mhm,
shooting at one of the planets.
mhm. It's a dark ship from who? Who owns
So
who owns that dark ship?
the archons,
The Archons?
the artificial intelligence,
Mhm. Can you describe the ship, the dark ship?
soulless people.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like a very, it's huge, 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 but it's like very fat.
Mhm.
It's almost, excuse me, it's almost like it's gray in color.
Yeah. What
It's
shape does it
very-
have?
it's like, um, I don't know how to describe it. It's difficult. It's, um, when I said it's fat, it's because it's like puffy.
Mhm.
So this ship has the ability of, they have the power of destroying planets if they want to.
Mhm.
Uh, it's not round like the star, like the Dead Star.
Yes.
It's like, it's like long, but it's puffy. It's like very particular. It is all gray color.
Mhm.
Uh, so they shoot into this planet, and the debris, like the asteroid, the rocks,
Mhm.
they look like it come from that planet.
Mhm. So they were shooting at the, you said the planet was Risen,
They were shooting at Aludra.
Aludra. Okay. So they were shooting at Aludra, not Risen.
That was
Mhm. And what is
then
happening now?
they deploy the defense system.
Mhm.
Uh, the organs are ours. They show, they destroy, and they leave.
Mhm.
They never stay in confrontation. They just like to damage things and leave. So we gotta be fast.
Mhm.
When they show up in our atmosphere, we need to shoot them immediately.
So what kind of weapon is Horizon using?
Horizon is not using any weapons right now.
Mhm.
Has weapons, but the horizon is there to help
Yes.
pick up on.
Does the planet is equipped with a defense system?
Wisdom, yes.
Mhm. Are they shooting back at the dark ship?
No, because like I said, they open a portal, they show up, they shoot, and then they open a portal and left.
Mhm. So they're already gone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're cowards.
So what are you witnessing now?
I'm looking at Mars ships, scout ships,
Mhm.
looking at the damage on Paludra.
Mhm. So how is the planet doing?
Um, I keep going there. You know what? For some reason, I don't want to go there. It's,
Okay.
I can look at the damage from the distance.
Mhm.
So what the ships are doing is they're containing this debris.
Mhm.
Um,
Why are they doing that?
so the debris doesn't fall in the other planets.
Mhm. Okay. And how are they doing that? How are they containing? How they?
Now ships are
Mhm.
going, shooting at the debris, disintegrate.
Mhm. What is your role in that scene?
Most seven from the distance, since I'm in this celestial divine cloud that I am.
Yes.
I'm very neutral of what happened, but I can see myself in the horizon.
Uh-huh. So if you look
Yeah,
at yourself, what do you look like?
high dark hair. Now dark hair with a purple suit,
Mm-hmm.
and very tall.
Yeah. And you don't need a ship to move around.
Inside of the ship.
Are you in a ship?
I'm in the horizon.
You are now in the horizon. Mm-hmm.
No, Sophie. I'm looking from the distance. I'm still on the cloud.
You're still on the cloud. That's the question I had. Okay.
I'm in the cloud looking at myself on the horizon.
Uh-huh.
Somehow there's two of me, the one
Okay.
in the cloud and the one on the horizon. And
Okay.
the one on the horizon, it's the tears and very upset, trying to locate a dark ship, seeking from vengeance.
So you are present in two places at the same time, on the cloud and in the ship. And the being on the cloud, does it have a body?
Me on the cloud, I look completely different.
Yeah,
I
that's what I was asking. How do you look like as being on the cloud?
um, I got wings. I'm wearing this white gown. Um,
Mhm.
white hair.
Yeah.
I got beard,
Mm-hmm.
long hair. And I'm looking at myself or another blueprint, another me,
Mm-hmm.
the universe, and that's the man on Wison.
Yeah.
And he is very upset with what just happened.
Yeah.
And I'm getting this is during the Orion Wars.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happened
Yes.
because we signed a treaty of no participation or either with the Christus or the Christed ascendant beings or the Orion ascendant beings. In other words, we were neutral. We were not participating either with the light or the dark.
So you were not active participant of the Orion Wars.
Not until that point.
Not until you got attacked directly. Mm-hmm.
Correct.
And so then.
But there was a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
or planets or rebels, per se, down millions, trillions of them that were part of this treaty, which means we're not getting involved with this war. We're just 0 point consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
But the dark decide to act upon us because they were begging. The light were asking for our help. If we would have agreed, we would have ended the war right away.
Mm-hmm.
And sort of the dark was asking for our help. If we would have agreed, we would have ended up the war. So we, the neutral forces
Mm-hmm.
of the universe, we were not wanted to be involved,
Mm-hmm.
but they attacked Aludra.
And what was Aludra about? What was on Aludra?
It was a forest, it's a planet forest.
Mm-hmm.
There's people in there. They killed thousands of people.
Mm-hmm.
And so the scout ships are trying to recover the souls of the people that we lost
Yes.
so we can put it back on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
We don't let the dark steal souls.
Mm-hmm.
They do that. They come damage and then they try to extract souls for their own benefit.
Yeah.
So we tracked the ship and now war is upon us.
Yes. What is the name of yourself on the ship?
Malachi.
Malachi. And what is Malachi doing there?
I have some generals,
Mhm.
commandos, admirals,
Mhm.
and we all agree upon the terms. We will attack the life forces are arriving. For millions of us, the dark will probably surrender
Mhm.
since they can see coming. It's a war they cannot win.
Mhm. So now, the horizon is and the fleet of the Sirius constellation is joining with the light forces.
The Sirius, the neutral forces,
Mhm.
along with other civilizations
Mhm.
in the galaxy. We are going to another quadrant,
Mhm.
uh, another sector,
Yes.
where the archons are located. It's not on this quadrant. It's
And
not
so,
on this quadrant.
and what about the self on the cloud? What about the being on the cloud? What does it do now?
Now my other higher self is just observing all the ships and observing what's going to happen. And what's going to happen is we arrive to another quadrant,
Mhm.
and what I'm getting is sector F-192.
Mhm.
We open a portal, we arrive there,
Yeah.
and there's thousands of Arca ships next to this black hole nebula.
Mhm.
Very,
And how many are you? How many
are
ships are there from the light forces?
it's undescribable. So many.
Uh-huh. So you're more numerous than the Archon ships.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They're sure not this Arcos are destroying the ships. Some of the Arca ships are escaping by open portals. Some of them went to the black hole. Uh, we were just a quarter of that fleet, the neutral fleet,
Mm-hmm.
and the other fleet went to the Orion constellation.
Mm-hmm. So now what's happening next?
The Orion constellation surrendered
Mm-hmm.
before. And this is something that I don't like. They like to destroy things, but they're cowards.
Mm-hmm.
When they see destruction upon them, they raise the flag, the white flag.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with that. I
Mm-hmm.
say the ball. But there is more generals than wiser than that. If I wanted to take my decision,
Uh-huh.
I would have wiped them all of them off. This is Malachi, but
Malachi is a little bit more of a hot-headed person.
Malachi wants a life for life.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Uh, that was back in the day. Malachi today, it's a different being.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi today, it's a wise commander.
Yeah. So now that the Orion Wars are over, thanks to the Alliance.
I am traveling on the space and time right now.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow I left that scene and it seems like a by cloud or I don't know what it is. It's taking me somewhere else.
Okay. So you just switched to another place, another time.
I am very close to the central sun.
Mm-hmm. Where is the central sun?
The battle of the universe.
Mm-hmm. And why are you going towards the central sun now? With
I have a connection. Malachi has a connection on the celestial beings.
so the celestial being on the cloud is guiding Malachi to go to the central sun?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So now that you're there, what's happening?
He's speaking with celestial land council.
Mhm. Can you describe the place or the scene?
It's inside of the
Mhm.
horizon.
It's in the horizon that it's taking place.
It is taking place inside of the ship.
Mhm.
And
Can you
there's-
describe the room where it's taking place?
yeah, it's very, it's a spaceship. It's a very, we have a huge table with
Mhm.
holograms.
So the meeting is in person or in hologram?
The person, yes, and we don't have chairs, we don't sit, we just stand around the table.
Uh-huh.
Meetings are not very long. We eat, we see each other, we discuss whatever we need to discuss. And then I'm negotiating the healing of the planet, the planet to be healed.
Yeah.
And the celestial says yes, there will be they're going to they're going to send a squad that they can regenerate.
Mm.
In other words, terraform back the destruction that they need on Alubra.
Yeah. So that's the power of the celestial beings.
The celestials can do that, yes.
Mhm.
And the Andromedans.
The Andromedans too can do that.
Yes.
Who are those celestials exactly?
Celestials are angels, are beings
Yeah.
that live on celestial lands near the planet, the central sun,
Mm-hmm.
divine beings.
Mm-hmm. They're divine.
The, 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 that represent the creator
Mhm,
and the more powerful beings in the universe.
mhm. And how
They
do they,
can
do they have a name or a label for Terrans?
angels.
Mhm,
They cannot be killed,
mhm.
but nobody attacked the celestials because they're all, it's a waste of time. You will never be able to kill them or destroy them. Plus, you will have the rage of the creator itself.
Mhm.
Angel
So,
one.
so the yourself, the part of you, yourself that is on the cloud, it's a celestial, right?
Yes.
And does he have a name?
The name is Zamoniel or Samuel. Start with the Z.
Uh-huh.
I think it's Samuel. Samuel.
Try to see the letters appear in the sky.
Z is a Zorro.
Mhm,
A
mhm.
M U N M E L. Samuel.
Mhm. Yeah. And those celestials, do they appear everywhere, or do they have sections in the universe?
So those oversees the entire universe.
So they can be anywhere at the same time.
They can be in any planet in any quadrant.
Mhm.
They are they like to observe.
The observers and
The observers
Mhm.
interact
Yeah.
according to universal law.
Can you repeat?
According to universal law,
Mhm. And do they function as individuals or as a collective?
they're all collective with the creator.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
as a collective.
So now that the Syrians visited the central sun, is there anything else that was discussed in the meeting?
Yeah, Gaia.
Yeah.
Getting ready to send souls to Gaia for a rescue mission. Yes.
Mhm.
Celestials volunteers
Mhm. Volunteers to do what?
to go to planet Earth to reincarnate,
Mhm.
to become avatars at some point,
Mhm.
to bring justice. But they're talking about future.
Oh.
They're not talking about the now.
Mhm.
This is an agenda for the future. Everything is calculated in a perfect equation.
So
Everything is already written. The celestials have several they already know what's going to happen.
Mhm.
They already know. They only can control, they cannot control your will
Yes.
as an individual, but they know roughly the outcome of things.
Mhm. So what is Malachi's role now?
Malachi's role is to, at the moment, heal Aludra,
Mhm.
protect Sirius B, and prepare for takeoff,
Mhm.
prepare for other ascensions.
Yes. So is there anything else you need to learn from this scene right now?
Um,
Are you ready to let yourself be guided to the next step of your exploration?
yeah,
Okay, so now we're going to move on and leave that scene. You are slowly moving away from that scene, leaving Malachi to continue on his own path. And you're now at another time and place. What do you see? What is happening?
but that city, I think it's in Wiesen.
Mhm.
People is saying goodbye. A lot of people are volunteering from this mission.
Uh-huh.
So people said it's a suicide mission.
Mhm. And at this point, who are you at this time?
In Malachi.
But in which capacity now? You're still the commander of a ship, or you're more than that?
I am Malachi, Prince
Mhm.
of Sirius B. There are celestials in our castle.
Mhm.
They're getting ready to divide the souls so they can send all these volunteers. Fracture of, excuse me, fracture of the soul, fracture of the consciousness,
Mhm.
send it to reincarnation planet Earth.
Malachi is the Prince of Sirius B, and can you describe your family?
My Canadian mother,
Mhm.
uh, my father, it's funny because he looks like Jesus. He's almost like long hair, beard,
Mhm.
very, very strong being.
And
My mother, she's beautiful. She got blue. It's blue, eyes, white hair.
so she has blue skin and white hair,
She got blue eyes,
blue eyes,
white hair,
white hair,
white skin, very white skin,
very
almost
white
bare.
skin. Okay.
Yeah,
And how is your father looking like? The skin color,
white skin too.
white skin too.
Yeah, he has green eyes.
Mhm. And how do you look like as Malachi?
Dark hair, Uh, oh, sorry. I have like a brown skin. Like, just I don't look like white completely.
How come you are not the same color skin than your parents?
Because I change it.
Oh, you can change it the way you want?
Yeah, genetically.
Yeah. And do you have any siblings?
Yeah. Um, my mother's name is Sinai.
Sinai.
I got a brother. He's older than me,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have a sister. She's very young.
So you're older than this sister.
Yeah, I'm older than my sister.
Mm-hmm.
But my sister she goes with me everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So funny
What is so funny?
because my sister wants to be a spy.
Yeah.
She wants to spy. She likes to sneak in places
Mm-hmm.
and in other lands and in other planets.
Mm-hmm.
She says she have many names because she's a chameleon. She can turn into anything.
Oh, she can change her appearance?
No,
No?
she's no, that's what she said to me.
Uh-huh.
I'm a chameleon. I can change. I can use any name. I can be anything. I can be anywhere.
Uh-huh.
Anything. She's just an adventurous. She's a pain in my ass. But I love her
How do you call her?
now.
So she goes on the ship with you?
She goes on the ship with me.
Mm-hmm.
She can. She volunteered too.
Yeah. And what about your brother? What's his name?
I know his name on the planet. His name is Michael,
Mm-hmm.
but his name is Sunlight. So Sunlight.
So
Sunlight.
sunlight,
Zoe Light.
Zoim light.
Sunlight.
Sunlight. Now they're deciding the volunteers are deciding to go. Who is going in your family?
Just me and my sister.
And as you decide to do that, how does it work, the process?
The Celestials do. The Celestials have a technology that has been given to us.
Mm-hmm.
It's technology. You can divide your consciousness or your soul
Mm-hmm.
and then keep part of your soul on the Malachi's body and send the rest to the planet.
So Malachi is going to stay as Malachi in the ship,
Yes.
and is a spark of consciousness is going to be incarnated on earth.
Yes.
And what about the sister?
Same thing.
Uh-huh.
The only twisted here is the Malachi and his sister
Mhm.
leap inside of this cubicle.
They what?
They're asleep on the ship.
They're asleep on the ship.
As long as you're on Earth, the other half of your soul will be here. The other half will be on the ship.
But they're sleeping the whole time.
Yes.
They don't even wake up during this the incarnation sleep.
No, they're asleep because they want to see what is happening. They want to witness what's happening. If you don't want to witness what is happening, then you wake up.
So you mean that the incarnation on earth is the one observing what's happening?
The ones on the ship of observing what happened in the planet Earth.
Mm-hmm. So and who is in? So then who is in charge of the horizon when the Malachi is sleeping?
The celestials.
The celestials are running the ship.
Well, along with the Syrian Council and other councils.
Uh-huh. How big is the Syrian Council?
It's big. It's very big.
Mm-hmm. So how many beings are on the horizon?
Millions.
And how many are asleep?
Millions.
Okay, so that ship is humongous.
That ship's huge.
Uh-huh. It's if you were to compare the size of the ship to an astral body, how big is it?
As big as bigger than the state of Texas.
Mhm. So now that you decide to incarnate, are we going to travel to the next important time and place that has information for that you need?
Yes.
Let's move and jump to another appropriate time and place that has information that you need, leaving Malachi asleep on the ship. You are now at another time and place. What is happening?
Looking at Gaia. Looking at this.
Where are you?
I'm outside of the dome, looking down to Earth.
What's so special about Gaia?
The souls, the people that live here.
Mhm.
This place was seed by celestial souls. So the reason why the dark wants to be in charge of here is because they try to copy, they're running experiments to create a soul that equals the blueprint of the celestials,
Mhm.
so they can go in the celestial lands without disintegrating. The dark wants to go inside of the central sun,
Mhm.
harvest his energy, his power, and then destroy him. That's what they want to do. They want to get into the celestial lands and trap all the celestial beings. They're indestructible. They just want to mimic what they have.
But these dark beings, they come from the same universe and the same creation.
This is artificial intelligence.
Okay. So that
This,
now, so does that mean they have a mind of their own?
they're acting on their own, but they are soulless machines.
Okay.
But the soulless machines
Mm-hmm.
wants to evolve to a certain point, but they want to have a soul now.
Now you're observing Gaia. In what form are you?
On the celestial form.
Mm-hmm. The celestial you. Okay. So the celestial you is observing Gaia. What's happening next?
I see a lot. I don't see a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like there are only few left.
Mm-hmm. Only a few left on the planet.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this thing, yes.
Why is that?
Seems like there was an evacuation.
Mm-hmm. And where is your soul? The human soul, I mean, where is the human consciousness?
He's gone.
Mm-hmm. It's already happening. It already has happened.
I'm no longer on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, unified back on the horizon.
Okay. So Malachi is awake now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And what has just happened now?
Celestials have recovered all the souls from the planet that were stolen.
Mm-hmm.
This plane have some survivors, and there's no. I think the Celestials will send uh, high vibrational beings here to rebuild and to redesign, terraform the planet again.
Mm. So in the meantime, all the volunteers are back to their bodies.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So that does that mean that all your crew that was on the horizon now is all rehabited by their own souls?
Correct.
Uh-huh. Have you lost any of your crew?
Any of my crew?
Have you lost any of the Syrians on Earth, or all were recovered?
Now, some of them are still alive,
Mm-hmm.
but because the change of the broadband, oh, I'm having trouble breathing. The change of the broadband, they can they decide to stay, then they haven't decided to leave.
Uh-huh.
If
So
you decide to
uh-huh.
stay, you decide to leave.
Have you managed to figure out what happened?
A lot of souls die. A lot of people die.
The people died, but the soul didn't die, right?
Right.
Yeah. And
So
why is it that a lot of people died? What happened?
some were killed by the dark,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them could not handle the switch of the frequency.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you need to learn about where you're at right now?
No, I don't feel like it.
Okay.
I feel like I'm done.
You feel like you're done, so let's drift away from that scene. We're drifting and floating away from Gaia and from that awareness of Malachi, leaving Malachi to continue on his own journey. Now I want all of the consciousness and personality of Andres to once again return to the body and fully integrate back into the body. May I speak to Andres' higher self, please?
Yeah.
Do I have permission to ask questions?
Yes.
I know that the higher self could have brought forth many different lifetimes of experiences for Andres to see today. You chose to bring forward this specific life experience of and vision from the celestial. Why did you pick those circumstances?
Why did I pick that circumstance?
Why the higher self? Why you higher self selected the
Because I wanted to let Andres know that he is more than just a being.
Mhm.
I wanted to let him know that he is angelic.
He is a celestial as well as he is Malachi.
Yes.
What does that have to do with his life now?
It is confirmation.
There is a lot of information, and I would like to have the permission to ask your assistance in different aspects and questions that I would like to ask for on Andres' behalf today. I would like the higher self to run a body, if you could run a body scan of Andres' body and tell us what you see and what you could explain what's going on with his body at this time.
His body heals constantly.
Mhm.
It regenerates.
Yeah.
It's a lot of respiratory problems.
Yes. Is there a way you can tell us where these respiratory problems are coming from?
Yes, from drug abuse and using drugs.
So has it done damage to the structure of the body?
Yes.
And is there a way you can do some healing, perform some healing today on these parts?
Yes.
Yes. And how would you do that?
It will regenerate.
Uh-huh.
It will regenerate the tissue.
Yeah. Can we boost it to reverse it to the original state?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And how long would it take for it to be fully regenerated to the original state?
At least 2 months.
Uh-huh. And what is happening with Andres' eyesight?
It's part of the sinus pressure. It's damaging some of the nerves. It's putting pressure because the inflammation is putting pressure in the eyes.
And can we lower the inflammation right this moment in this session?
I can't breathe right now.
I'm asking higher self, could you bring in, and I'm asking also, calling on Archangel Raphael, can we bring the energy of the celestials to clear the sinuses right now? To allow Andres' body to breathe freely, to create flow in this body and heal the body now, so that Andres can breathe freely and that blood circulates freely and that
I feel like I need to clear my nose.
Now, just take a few deep breaths and recenter to where we were, bringing back your higher self to the surface to answer the questions and proceed with the healing. Calling on the presence of Archangel Raphael.
Can I lay down sideways?
Yes, you can make yourself as comfortable as needed.
Thank you. Yes, I can breathe better like this.
Yes. And now we ask that the higher self help clear, release, open the airways, bringing on the light energy, the energy light flowing through the airways, activating flow, restoring the flow within the body, relieving, releasing the pressure, restoring the body to its original healthy function. And how can you boost this recovery higher self? How do you see the progress of this clearing and lowering of the inflammation? What could be done on Andres' side to help this recovery?
Andres needs confirmation, needs to be reminded.
So higher self, can you sort of support Andres' recovery by reminding him what he needs to do?
Yes.
Andre feels like the drive to follow his addictions come from outside of him. Can you explain?
Yes. He doesn't own this addiction. He doesn't choose to be an addict.
So
they see this addiction on him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how can you help him getting rid of these addictions that had been seeded inside of him?
By divine intervention.
So let's call on the divine intervention of the celestials to elevate and get rid completely of these addictions that were seeded. Who seeded those addictions?
father, my stepmother.
Is there mind programming at play?
No. They're doing it without thinking.
Mm-hmm. What
They
was their agenda?
to drug me out so they put me to sleep.
Yeah. What would happen when Andres was sedated as a child?
I was 5, 6 years old, maybe 7. The kids sedated me so they can do things they didn't want me to know what they were doing.
I am calling on the intervention of the higher self as Andres is telling his story. Higher self, can you show Andres what he needs to know for these addictions to be removed from his programming? Higher self, can you explain exactly how to deprogram these addictions from Andres's current life?
Um, what we need is what I need to help Andres. It's sorry, it's just my higher self was wandering again.
Yeah. So let's just relax for a few minutes and let's go back to bring
My
in the
higher
light of source. Let's bring in the light of source. So just to reinforce that connection to your higher self. So let's imagine again that we are in the great central sun, the center of all that there is, the very heart of source itself. This beautiful golden, platinum, silver, sparkling light is the brightest, most powerful light you could possibly imagine. We're going to ask the great central sun send a beam of healing light and energy directly to you now. This beautiful beam of light is arriving here now. Yes, and it is shining and dancing and sparkling now, just right on the top of your head, just beginning to be felt in the crown chakra. And this light is going to go through your entire body and all of your energy fields, but it begins slowly, right now. It is just at the top of your head. Maybe you can feel it, some warmth, a bit of pressure, tingling. This beautiful light begins to enter your scalp and across your head as it slowly begins to move into your skull and fills up your entire gray matter with light, moving through bone and muscle and tissue and tendon and nerves and into your bloodstream. The light surrounds every cell, every molecule, as it slowly moves down, down, across the third eye chakra now, down into the eyes, sinuses, ears, and mouth. The light moves and regenerates as it flows, increasing the flow, clearing and rewriting the brain, dissolving negative looping thoughts and negative neural pathways, clearing those addictive pathways. This addiction being neutralized, creating new neural connection with pure positive light. Down, 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 slowly and warmly it goes now down into the throat and back of the neck, clearing and cleansing every chakra as it moves, and down the spine now as well. The light now begins to move across the shoulders and into the arms, all the way down to the tips of the fingers. Down into the torso, across the back, and also now the light now begins to fill all the systems and organs, the lungs and the heart, the digestive organs, and down now into the lower pelvis. The reproductive organs are now bathed in this light, and the light continues down, down now into the big bones of the legs, down to the very marrow of the bones. As it goes down, down across the knees, the shins, and the feet. And the light continues now and moves down outside of the feet and into the floor as the light carries away all disqualified energies, negativity, and debris, carrying away all programs and belief systems no longer required. The light continue down through the crust of the earth and through all the layers down to the very center of the planet, to the earth star. And there the earth recycles all of the unwanted energies and uses them for others in beneficial and benevolent ways. Then the light bounces pure and cleansed off the earth star and back up through all of the layers and levels, back up through the crust of the planet and into the floor and back into your feet and body. Up the light goes through your legs, torso, and head, and out again through your crown, back to the great central sun. And so now you are fully cleansed and connected both to the earth and to source. So now I'm calling again to ask for the higher self to answer many of Andres's questions. Andres is there, sleeping, but his consciousness is present.
Yeah.
And as I'm talking to Andres' higher self now. Is Andres' higher self present with me again?
Yes.
So tell us, how is the clearing and healing of Andres' addiction going? Are we clearing the pathways, the
Yes.
airways?
Yes. It's clear now.
It's clear now. That's beautiful. Can you tell us what would happen when Andres was sedated as a child? Is it something that could help to understand?
Yes. As a child, he was sedated, so his parents will do things.
But was that something that we can process and erase the consequences of these doing?
Yes.
So let's do that now. Let us guide you, higher self, into this process. What would you tell us?
Not longer. I do not consent anymore drugs or alcohol in my body.
And as the light, the pure light from the central sun runs through Andres's body, what happens to him?
Can you repeat the question?
How is the healing going now?
The Creator, the light,
Mhm.
will heal my higher self will heal me.
Mhm.
My higher self is a celestial.
Yes.
All higher selves are celestials.
Yeah. Is this connection to source, to the prime creator, the spark of divine essence?
Yes.
And as we are connected now to this celestial being, does Andres has missing memories?
Yes.
And does he need to recover those missing memories now for healing?
No.
No. So is there anything you want to share about this topic with Andres right now?
He wants to know.
He wants to know. Can you tell him a little bit so that would help him to feel at peace with his missing memories?
The ship, he doesn't remember what happened with when he was abducted.
So Andres was abducted. When was
Yes.
that? When was that?
About 5 years ago.
5 years ago?
Yes.
So he was an adult.
Yes.
And by who was he abducted?
Syrians.
And for what purpose was he abducted?
To heal him.
What did they heal him from his childhood?
No, they heal his body
From what?
from the removed metallic implants.
Who put the
Or
metallic implants?
the dark.
When did they do that?
Through the course of my life.
So has he been abducted by the dark when he was younger?
Yes.
By who?
Draconians.
And for what purpose?
To minimize the light. to make the light smaller, to stop him from awakening others.
Mhm. The Syrians were able to reverse all this.
Yes.
And now, can we also reverse all the addiction stigmas of Andres's body?
Yes.
Mhm. And as you do so, can you help also Andres improve his relationship with food so that he could lose the weight and feel healthier?
Yes.
Mhm. So how much time do you think it would take for him to really find this balance within his body?
Probably 90 days.
Mhm. Thank you. So now we want to, is there anything else you want Andres to know about his relationship with the galactics?
They love him.
They love him?
Yeah.
And who is he closest to? Which galactic family is he closest to?
Pleiadians,
Mhm.
Arcturians, Syrians,
The three of them. What ship does he go to at night in his sleep?
Aurora, Horizon,
Horizon. Can you describe what happens to Andres in his sleep?
the soul, the celestial soul,
Mhm.
open portals and go places.
Mhm.
They disintegrate demons sometimes.
So this job at nighttime is to work on portals?
Is to lead others. When Andres is asleep, he command others.
So we understand that Andres yourself is a celestial and angelic presence. Is that right?
Yes.
And in what capacity does it act as an angelic?
To the full capacity.
So as an angel, he doesn't have a specialty? Does he have a specialty?
He's a healer.
Mhm.
He's a seeker. He's a adjuster.
Mhm. And his name starts with a Z, right?
Zerubbabel,
Zanuel.
Samuel.
Mhm. And what is an avatar as opposed to a celestial? What is an avatar?
They're being sent to the planet
So,
for justice, for balance.
so it's a being that goes to the planet for balance,
They're guardians of the planet.
the guardians of the planet. Uh-huh. Is Andres an avatar?
At some degree, yes.
Mhm.
Not a full avatar. But if that is his wish,
What did you say?
if he desires to choose the life form,
Mhm.
it will be granted. If you choose the path, it will be granted.
Why?
It's all you choose what you want, you manifest what you want to manifest.
Yeah. So avatars are different from volunteers.
Yeah.
Mhm. What is Andres' relationship with ascended masters?
Knows them. He knows Saint Germain, Athena, Anubis.
Mhm. Those are ascended masters?
Yes.
Mhm. And what is the difference between ascended masters and celestials?
Ra. They are the same. The only difference is ascended masters guide. Celestials are angels. Angel.
Can you tell us about Project Bluebeam?
Yes. It's Elon Musk project audit
Mhm.
satellite system.
Mhm.
It's been running for the last 50 years.
Mhm.
This Elon doesn't, excuse me, Elon doesn't own product audit. Elon is just a puppet.
Mhm.
He doesn't own anything. They just using his name for awakening purposes.
Yeah. So who is at the head of Project Bluebeam?
Lorenki,
Yeah. Is it a benevolent or a malevolent project? The intention behind the project, is it malevolent or
yes,
uh-huh? What is the goal of that Project Bluebeam?
fear.
And how does it manifest?
It's a hologram. It's a projection
Mhm.
from the moon.
Uh-huh. So it's still on?
Yes. We have two suns, three moons, three districts.
Mhm.
We got three domes.
Yes.
We have a whole moon is based on a hologram. And we have a moon that is actually real outside of our dome.
So what else can you tell us about Project Bluebeam?
We will try to launch a fake alien invasion.
Mhm. And as your celestial self, can you tell us if it will be successful?
So yes,
So what will happen then?
people will be in fear, scared.
What else can you tell us about this situation?
Not to be afraid. It's all a lie.
Yeah.
Earth runs the entire system runs in illusions. All the programs are illusions. We live under illusion.
Mhm. Sometimes, even though people know that, there seems to be like it doesn't change the course of things. What do you think?
Yeah. When you're aware of the illusion, you are awakened.
Mhm. So there are people that are awakened and there are people that are not. How can the awakened help their close ones that are not awakened?
How people that was,
How can the people that are awakened help the ones that are not?
uh, it's already done.
It's already done? What do you mean?
We connect the light, we connect
Mhm.
the subconsciousness.
Mhm. Are there enough awakened on earth right now?
The ones that have soul, yes.
Mhm. Now, can you tell us about the ascension and what form it would take?
Yes. We'll, we will experience this energy.
Mhm.
So people will be able to handle the light. So people will not be able to handle the light. When the ascension happens, many souls will go back to source. Many souls will be rescued from the benevolent forces. There are some other souls that choose to stay because they don't like
You don't like what?
don't like to be on service for others.
Mhm.
They like to be self-serve.
Mhm. Is there anything else we need to understand about the ascension?
No,
Uh-huh. Is there any special message for Andres community at this time?
no. For Andres, for everybody, not to be afraid.
Mhm.
Follow your heart. You are who you are. You are the I am. You are me. I am you. We are one.
Yes. And now, is there anything in particular you want to say to Andres, just for Andres right now? Something you need to know today?
I love you.
Mhm.
Hang in there.
What did you say at the end?
I love you.
Mhm.
Hang in there.